Welcome to the show! I am Wolfie Bane, your host for today. I am the Evil GM for today because we have a new player who is going to be doing character creation and a bit of a session zero if we get time for it for Geddon, my D&D campaign. Seth, say hi.
Hi, my name is Seth. I'm 34 years old. I'm playing D&D now for a bit over a year with breaks in between, and I'll glad to have me.
Yeah, glad to have you here. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. My D&D from a lot of people is very, very different from standard, so it'll be a good bit of fun, I think. So you're turning up part way through the campaign. Thankfully, they're still in like the first area, which is why you're able to join, essentially, because it still makes sense in the story of where I wanted to go that they'd have another party member joining here, essentially.
Okay.
So, if you could log into the Roll20 game, because I know you've got it. Yeah, you said you haven't got any real certainty for your character right now, though I do believe you had a idea on the race. Or at least you were looking at one of the races.
Yeah, for races, I'm fairly basic. I'm thinking of going for the human with the athletic subclass,
Yeah,
the one
the
that lets you get the athletic perks.
yeah the Edru human, which is the skill monkey human because they're rich and they have time to learn things. Essentially, Edru is of the 4 human nations. I'm actually going to get the map. I can't really show it to you unless you are watching my stream, because I've only got it written down. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten it made into actual art yet for things.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, so I will hold it up on my webcam. The main point of Geddon, this is one of the continents, if you guys can see that. That's not too bad. I'll tweak my light a bit. Yeah, mostly Alora is split between like 9 big countries on this supercontinent. It's a horrible picture. Okay. There are the 4 what we'll call monstrous nations, which are Neria in the north, the Warring Kingdoms to the east, the Salga Deserts to the west, and the Netros Swamp to the south. And those are the 4 like bordering countries. They're much larger than all the other ones. They are the 4 big countries. And then the 5 other countries are the 4 human nations, which are kind of boxed together in the middle. There is Drawdor, which is the wild lands, essentially. It's kind of, think Skyrim-y. It's like lots of tundra, like mostly hilly flat land, with very hardy people, because they're used to fighting off monsters. Theros, which is a massive open plain, mostly full of a lot of castles, because it is the military nation, the armed nation of Theros. It has the largest standing military of any of the human nations, and is home to the Bastion Line, a massive line of fortresses that hold off the potential assaults from war bands from the Salga Deserts, essentially, and monsters from there. It's a huge... There are millions of troops standing by at any given time in Theros. It is a massive nation of armed soldiers. So everyone has military training. There is Boscha, the southern country, which is mostly a giant jungle, and with a bit of swamp. The people there are kind of gloomy. But mostly alright people. They're good at traversing and survival traits in general. Then you have Edru. Edru, as I said, is I'd say the rich nation. There's not that much particularly dangerous for a country in Geddon. There, most of the monsters don't particularly like the trade. It's quite just nice. Think south of France, like Italy. Kind of temperatures. Mm-hmm. So a very nice place. Lots of very wealthy individuals go there, and there's most of like merchant cities there, and universities, and lots of good farmland. So they're very wealthy and have a good education usually, and all that kind of stuff. They also have the lowest military of any of the nations. They basically have the money to pay other people to defend them. Mostly. There's a lot of gold in Edru. For
natural resources there.
Yeah, there's good natural resources. Less on, like, the natural resources to make weapons and armaments, but a lot of like valuables. Like there's a lot of gems there, there's a lot of gold, that kind of thing. And then there is the Heartland, which we won't go into now because that nation is a mystery to everyone. Which is the nation between the 4 human nations, but it is not considered one of the human nations.
Interesting.
Yes. Anyone who tried to go into the Heartland would always be blocked off because it's mostly surrounded by a massive, impassable mountain range, apart from one massive gate in Theros, which is heavily guarded by a large order of paladins that don't want people to go in. So, that is most of the nation. So, if you are wanting to be an Edru human, I can tell you bits and bobs. But first, we got to pick your class. What are you fancying?
Yeah, right to the topic. Nice. I figured out 2 ideas I haven't fleshed out, and I'd like to go with the one that you prefer for the campaign.
Okay. I'm fine.
Since our last chat, you said your world and the other characters are fairly overpowered for D&D standards.
Oh, yeah. They very much are.
So I'll took a lot of inspiration from anime and pop culture,
Yeah.
and I figured out 2 character ideas I'd like to play for this campaign.
Okay.
The first one is I want to go like a ninja rogue build,
Okay, I'm a fan.
but more of the idea of the Naruto series, the Naruto anime series, where the ninjas are basically mages.
I guess,
So,
yeah.
and for that, I thought about the Kensei monk subclass
Ooh.
from Zenith's Guide of Everything,
I know that
which lets me pair the key aesthetics from Naruto with the additional attacks, and with the human athletic subrace to make it like a ninja rogue type. So you said something about starting at level 6, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you guys are starting at you're starting at level 6 because the other players are at level 6, and I always believe bringing the players at the same level as the party. You'll be a little less powerful because I'll give you a set of starting items, but they won't be quite as broken as the items that the parties are getting because you'll get more powerful items as the game progresses, essentially. So you'll be able to hold your own in the party, but you won't get anything obscene out of the gate, essentially.
I haven't looked into any magical items for the starting cost. You said you have like you're very generous in handing them out, and I don't know what the reference is, so that's that's for a later time.
Yeah, I custom make magic items, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
So Kensei Monk's one. Okay, I've never actually watched Naruto, but I've heard many good things about it. It's just not my kind of show, really. But I know a good gist of like how the ninjutsu arts work in that, so I'm cool with that. What the other?
Yeah, I thought about having it like Monk level 5, Way of the Kensei, and Rogue level 1 as a subclass.
Okay, yeah, I get.
Basically, just for the finesse and the stealth attack.
Yeah, you get a bit of a sneak attack and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get that.
That is the one idea. The other idea is totally contrary to that. I wanted to play, since you told me a bit about the party composition up till now, and I figured there is no real person who is there for the talking part. You have a lot of mages who are very powerful, and summoners, and 15-foot pig, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's a 15-foot pig man in the party.
Yeah, but I don't think, from what you told me, that there's anyone who is on the charismatic side.
Oh, there's 2 sorcerers which have high charisma.
Okay, that's good.
One of them is a merchant. He's currently acting as the party's face, but he's also. It's not. I'm not sure if he wants to go 100%. He is the face, so face is still available. Which one are you thinking?
I thought about something crazy.
Okay.
I thought about some barbarian with bard subclassing.
A barbarian, always a fun one. I actually had one of those in my first ever campaign, which I DM'd. I DM'd for one of them. Yep.
So there's the Song of the Sword for the bard.
Yeah, sword bard.
which lets me, if I get the gist, which lets me use my charisma also for like different traits, different feats.
If memory serves, the Sword Bard's main thing is it allows you to use your Bardic Inspiration dice. Instead of using them for helping your allies, you can basically do combat maneuvers.
Okay.
So you can do like, the three I found. Defensive Flourish, which basically increases your armor. Slashing Flourish, which I think is an AoE. Yep. You can hit one extra creature. And Mobile Flourish, I believe, gets you to basically free disengage.
And that in combination with the Barbarian as the front line tank, of course, you said something, there's one frontliner missing, so I decided to go melee either way. And with the Barbarian, with the Rage feat.
Yeah, Rage is good. Rage is particularly good in my game. There's
combination like a strength, charisma, constitution build, something.
Yeah, I like that. Kind of a paladin, but not paladin. I like that.
Yeah, those are the two ideas. And which one do you prefer me to go for?
Okay. Both are good. I will say, yeah, because of a little bit in the current story, I think the Kensei monk slightly edges out. As much as I love barbarians and want you to be a barbarian because barbarian's one of my favorite classes, I think the Kensei monk makes a little more sense in the current story because you specifically weren't going with a learned caster for that one. And a particular bit that happened in the story, the 4 party members currently in are all learned casters. Basically, they have the actual class levels with casters in, which a bard would count as, technically. They are all taken to one particular cell block, where everyone else was taken to other cell blocks, essentially. So, it would be a little easier if you're Kensei because they're not a caster. It would make more sense why they're not met them already, essentially.
Okay, I'm fine with that. And that topic, since I'm still going for like the charismatic type, isn't there a subclass for the monk who lets me use my charisma as my modifier for a lot of stuff? I only know it from 3.5. There's it Way of the Dragon.
Oh, the Way of the Dragon. That actually just got made. I don't think it applies anything. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to find you a video for this one because I don't have the book. And you can't find the book anywhere because it came out like a couple days ago.
I'm remembering like a 3.5 or Pathfinder monk subtype that lets me use my charisma as my base modifier, essentially. So I could still go for the charismatic talkative, but also being then the combat archetype.
Yeah, I don't think they have any charisma monks in 5e, unfortunately. The dragon monk got changed. It's more like about you using your elemental abilities now and using the fact that you've got power from emulating a dragon. It's giving you some dragon abilities. Like, I think you get blind sight eventually. You can get some... I know the big thing about the class is you can change the damage type of your punches to be any of the 5 ordinary dragons' breath weapon damage types. And that's for free. There isn't really a charisma monk. They're all wisdom and dex. If I'm correct. Yes, I am. There is laser monk, but that's not quite the same. Yeah, there's no charisma monks, unfortunately.
Yeah, no worries. I know that it was effect like a subclass for Pathfinder, but when that's not in 5e implemented, I'll go with the basic Wisdom Monk, and then I go for Way of the Kensei.
Kensei, cool. You're the... I always fondly call the Kensei Swordmaster because I built a NPC Kensei for a campaign who was just... You know the character that is just ridiculously good with a sword? Beyond imagining good with a sword? That was a Kensei monk. So, always had it as a fondness as the Swordmaster. So yes, Kensei and 1 level in Rogue, which means you don't have your roguish extra bit yet, but you get standard Rogue. Also, very conveniently, your hit dice are the same the whole way down. So... yeah, what do you get? Expertise. Oh yeah, you get expertise level 1, I forgot about that. Sneak attack and thieves can't. Oh, it means you can talk to the other rogue in the party. You guys can communicate and no one else can understand you. Neat. So yes, you have your character sheet on there, I believe, already.
Yeah, I opened up the app. I'm watching basically your stream the whole time. And Xanathar's guide to everything. Okay, give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put you to level 6 already, just so that bit is a bit easier. But...
so I don't have to use the character Mensa and level up manually?
Yeah, just I always basically go on the level up, like edit the sheet directly is what I always go for.
Okay.
Because you're probably going to get some powerful things. Also, it does character creation completely differently to how I do character creation. So, because this is Geddon.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, so which one would you like to start with? Would you like to start with your stats?
Yeah, sure, I can roll for them.
Yep. So, in Geddon, you, instead of the normal stat things, this is what I actually do for every game because I like to hero stat my players. You roll 5d6 dropping 2, essentially. Normally you'd roll 4d6 dropping 1, I do 5d6 dropping 2 because it gets you a slightly higher average. You can put them anywhere you like. I'm not like, you must put the top one in strength, you must put the second one in dex. Pick whatever you like. As an Edru human, because all humans get the variant human standard rules, you get to put one skill point. You basically get 2 free skill points that you can put one in one of two stats, basically. And you get a feat for being human because you like that. So it's any feat that's not lucky.
Okay. So how do I put it into Roll20 / roll and then?
Just do 5d6 and we'll just take away the 2 lowest, essentially, is the easiest way to do it. Well, that's convenient. That is an 11. I basically just note these down somewhere because you'll be needing to edit these later. So you got 4 3s and a 5. Fair enough.
I mean, and then I'll have to do like 6 times for every stat, right?
Yeah. Do it one time for each stat, essentially. So 5 more go. Okay.
That's a nice one.
That's a good one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. So you've got a 17. Nice. You got a 10. A 14. And another 14. And 11. Hey, you've got a decent overall stats. Honestly, yeah. Nothing too bad there.
Are you going to edit my character sheet, or shall I do it myself?
You do it. I'm going to be looking through bits and pieces, so.
Okay, so you said the highest is the 17. That definitely goes to Dex.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, that is also probably going to go to 18 because you get your 2 stat points you get to put places because human.
Makes sense. Okay, yeah.
So you can put one of those. I'd advise Dex and Wisdom for Monk or Con, either one. Probably Wisdom.
Yeah, I would have gone with Dex, Con, and Wisdom as third, since I'm frontlining.
Yeah. So yeah, you put
the second highest was the 14?
I believe you got a 14. Yeah, I think you got 2 14s.
Okay, so that will be 1 15 for Constitution then?
Oh yeah, you can put the +1 in either Con or Wisdom, essentially. Whichever one you like.
Yeah, I'm going for Con, so with the next level up, where I can put an ASI, I can...
Yeah, you get that little 1 extra.
Get 2 plus 3.
Also, you can potentially kick up a feat, which is always nice.
The 14 for Wisdom, and then you said I have an 11 and 2 10s?
I think you've got 2 11s, actually. Give me a second.
Okay, 2 11s. Nice.
11, 14, 11, 14, 10, and 17. Yeah, you've got 1 10, 2 11s.
Okay. The 10 is in strength, the both 11s go then to intelligence and charisma, 14 wisdom, the 15 to constitution, and the 18 to dexterity.
Yeah, which is always a good, like, general setup. You've got... let's do your proficiencies now. Oh yeah, which background are you fancying picking there? We should do that first, probably. Oh, I suppose we can do your racial. We can do your racial proficiency first, because that might affect how you want your background to go. Because for me, backgrounds is mostly I'm allowing you guys to pick your background on what you like or what stat increases you want. Because obviously they actually give you benefits, your backgrounds. If you want it to be edited to... Because Cav is a smuggler. Cav's character is a smuggler, which is a different background, essentially.
No, I'm not going for the ninja. I'm going a monk background.
Oh no, your class is one thing. Your background is a different thing. It's like your career. It gives you... What does it give you? It gives you a couple of proficiencies, some maybe some tools and things like that.
Are you going by the standard backgrounds from the player handbook?
Any background that you can find is fine. If you want a bit of a custom one, I can make one for you. Backgrounds are one of the things that I'm fine with making.
I'm not that thriving to getting for some totally out of line, but I think something like athletics, acrobatics. I know athletics is strength. Athletics is...
There is an athlete, actually. You already have a few of these proficiency, bear in mind, but there is actually an athlete background in Standard 5e. I believe it is in the Mythic Odysseys of Theros book.
Echoes of Victory. I'm on the D&D Beyond homepage.
Yeah. Athlete background 5e. Yeah, I have to look them up. I do not like to use Beyond. It's a pain in the ass for me. Okay, yeah, you get acrobatics and athletics proficiencies, which you've got double athletics. Sadly, they don't stack, but...
So, they don't get expertise?
No, it doesn't, essentially. It just means it's like a double negative.
Then give me a second. Then I'm going for something which is more... Oh, that is good. Mm-hmm. That is good. From the Sword Cost Adventurer's Guide, the Inheritor, Survival, Arcana, History, and Religion.
I think you have to pick, don't you? So it gives you all of them?
If I have to pick, it's fairly easy. I'm going with Survival and Arcana, since
religion, yeah. It gives... Yeah, there's religion's very rarely useful. It's occasionally useful for like figuring out undead stuff. Is basically what I use it for.
That's something like your gods fled the land, so there won't be that much of a religion without the gods being there.
Pretty much, yeah. But I use religion a bit of a weird one, but mostly you're gonna find most Arcana. Yeah. Inheritor, hilarious enough, it gives you survival and you get to pick one of the other three. So yeah.
Yep, survival and Arcana, that fits fairly well. Yep. And for being human, I'd like to get the acrobatics proficiency.
Oh, is there a you want to get skilled as your human feat? Because as a Edru human, you get... What do you get? Athletics, history, and investigation as default. 2 tools of choice. To get... Oh yeah, you mean if a monk, are you? Actually, give me a second.
Do you go by standard D&D tools like lockpicks and music instruments and stuff, or are you going to allow me to get into more than the ninja kind? Since when I'm going for some ninja build, I would like proficiency like with a grappling hook.
Oh, I get what you're meaning. Give me a second, because usually I use the things in Xanathar's guide, but I can think ninja tools can be a proficiency. I'm fine with that.
like
it'd be like
basic
smoke.
tools.
It'd be smoke bombs, grappling hooks, that kind of stuff. Like your utility tools.
Yeah, like the kunais to throw or the ninja stars to throw, like throwing items.
Those would be weapons.
Okay, so
but you get them anyway. You get them anyway. Yeah, you get those anyway. I'll say yes. You can take ninjutsu tools, and it will be things like grappling hooks, smoke bombs, like the ball bearing things, that kind of stuff. Like stuff that would be non-combat ninja tools, essentially, is what it's going to be. It means you're going to get proficiency for like using a grappling hook and things like that. Which is going to be very cool. I like that. I like that one.
I hope you're taking notes at the moment, since I'm not that fast and entering everything into the character sheet.
Not at all. I am not in any way.
Okay, no. So then we have to rehearse. Give me a second. So I'm going for acrobatics, arcana, survival. You said I have from being a human. I have.
Oh yeah, from your from being a Edru human, you get athletics, history, and investigation, and 2 tools of your choice.
Investigation, athletics. What was the third one?
History.
Oh, perfect.
And 2 tools. The tools, one of which counting as ninja tools, which I'm cool with. The other one, pick anything from the you've got Xanathar's up, you said, so take for any of the sets from Xanathar's guide. Or Thieves' Tools, but we already have someone who's good at Thieves' Tools.
Do you know the page number for the tools in Xanathar's?
The first page of tools is 79 in the actual book.
Dungeon Master tools, nice.
Yep. And there's a few pages of them.
Do you know about something like, is there anything like tracking tools or like investigation tools that makes it more easier?
Give me a sec. There's Navigator's Tools, which is kind of a survival one. Vehicles count as tools. So water vehicles or land vehicles, they each count. Which is a thing. Obviously there's Thieves' Tools. Yeah, I'd say Navigator is the closest to like a tracking tool. So you could take that one.
Sorry, to metagaming. Has the smuggler taking the thief tools?
Yeah, he's very good at Thieves' Tools.
Okay, perfect. So I don't.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, Cav's character is very good at Thieves' Tools. I think he has some magic Thieves' Tools on him as well. Like some particularly magical ones.
I'm going with the Smith tools.
Oh, I will say there is a character literally called Smith in the party who's a blacksmith.
Okay, yeah, that makes
sense. It's one of those ones I thought I should tell you, essentially. I'm fine with you taking it still, but... I had one person who played a monk who took cobbler's tools, which was very funny because he was a giant elephant man.
Nah, I'm intending not to go.
Shoemaker?
Yeah, not that route. You know what? I'm going with the calligrapher's supplies.
Calligraphy. I think you might get that, actually. Give me a second. Or do you get, like, expertise in it for being a Kensei? It's something like that. Kensei with brush. Yeah, you already have that, actually. Oh, actually, you get to pick calligrapher or painting for Kensei Monk. So you can have both, essentially, if you want.
No, that doesn't make sense that way. You know what? I'm taking the gaming set.
Hey, nice. Gaming set's always a fun one.
Yeah, then I have to put that in my character sheet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's your so you get for monk. So I'm assuming your level 1 was in Monk, which defines your proficiencies for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was the acrobatics, and because guaranteed Monk can give you acrobatics. Do you get one more? Yeah, you get one more to take from the Monk ones. So you've got acrobatics already. You've already got history and athletics. You can take insight, religion, or stealth.
Is acrobatics also a Monk proficiency? Yeah. Then I'm not taking the skilled feat for being human.
Yeah, you can take any feat. Yeah, you get acrobatics as acrobatics. Monk gives you choose 2 from acrobatics, athletics, history, insight, religion, and stealth. So you can take acrobatics and stealth, or acrobatics and insight. Both of them are good. You said you didn't particularly want to take religion, and I've said before, religion's okay in this world, but not that powerful, so...
Yeah, then I'm going for acrobatics and stealth.
Good choices. There's going to be more than... Basically, your group stealth checks are more likely to not completely fail now, because you've got 2 people who can actually stealth. I a lot of the time for stealth checks do group-wide, which means that the majority of the party... Basically, the party has to do better than bad as a group. And so the more people who are good at it, the more likely to pass. So...
Then my feat for being human.
Yes.
You said something about when the monk is unarmed or like doesn't have the need for armor, you provide them with magical items for the same slot, essentially.
Yes, there are things that count as essentially unarmed attack boosting weapons, but they're not weapons. And there are things which are like tunics and robes, which allow you to get the armor slot's use without it counting as armor that would negate your abilities. There are things for that.
That's like those weapons that are not technically weapons, like the unarmed enhancements. Do they count for the dual wielding feat?
They probably don't. No, they're not weapons. They're just gear. They still count as unarmed attacks, essentially. So, though, if you want to dual wield, you still can.
I'm not necessarily intending to.
Yeah.
I need to look through the feats in a quiet minute. Not now. Let's move on. Then I'll pick one and write that to you.
Sure. Okay, so we've got your background. Your background, what did you pick again? It was Inheritor, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, it's just on this page. You can write it in there. I just changed your the top section so you can write your background in. Oh yeah, I'll change it to Human Edru, because that actually matters. It sub-race is Edru, essentially. It's my way of tracking which culture your character basically has. Okay, so you get that, you get that, you get that. We'll do your hit dice, why not? Actually, let's... You've got another feat, or... you've got 2 feats to do, by the way.
2?
Yeah, because you get 1 for human, and you get 1 for being above level 4.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking through them at the moment. Well, there's so much.
Yeah, let's see if I can find... Yeah, I found the... If you'd like, I can send you the page which is 5e tools, because that gives you the entire list of feats.
I have one also. Let me write my link to Discord. Maybe you have a better one.
Possibly, let's see.
Or we're going for the same one.
But entirely possible, yeah. Oh, that is a different one. I like that, actually. That was better. That is set out nicely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, unsurprisingly, like, UAs are not allowed.
Sorry?
Unearthed Arcana is not allowed, for reference, by the way. Just I assume you wouldn't pick one, but just in case.
I'm definitely picking lightly armored.
Oh, that negates your monk ability.
Okay, I'm not picking lightly armored.
Yeah, the monk's one is very specific. If you've got anything else that would change your armor class, essentially, it negates the monk's default abilities. It's why the magic armor doesn't work quite the same because it's not armor; it's like clothing, essentially.
Okay. Then I'm going with the prodigy one.
Ooh, prodigy. And that is the human racial, isn't it?
It's human half elf for when going for Xanathar's Guide of Everything, even half orc.
Yeah.
You have a knack for learning new things. You gain the following benefits. You gain 1 skill proficiency of your choice, 1 tool proficiency of your choice, and fluency in 1 language of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
And choose 1 skill in which you have proficiency. You gain expertise with that skill, which means your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make with it. The skill you choose must be one that isn't already benefiting from such features, such as expertise that doubles your proficiency bonus.
Nice. So you're getting 2 expertises because you've got rogue as well. Nice.
So, and for the expertise, I'm definitely going. Definitely going for acrobatics.
Nice. Do you know how to input expertise into Roll20 character sheets, or do you need help?
Yeah, the gear cock.
Yep.
And then expertise for.
Where it says normal. Yeah. You got it. And you get to pick 1 more that you have because you're a rogue as well. Oh yeah, you need to put actually in technically level 5 monk, and then you need to put 1 level in rogue in the second class section.
Yeah, I'm leveling up later onwards. I'm not rolling for HP now as well. I just want to get the basics done and then.
Oh, that's the thing. Health, HP, and Geddon isn't rolled for.
Yeah, you said it's always max.
Yep.
And I'm going for investigation expertise.
Ooh, good choice. Investigation very handy. Which I don't think they actually have anyone who's good at investigation right now. They've got some great proficiency, perception people, but not much for the investigation. So that'll be handy.
Okay, so that is 1.
Yeah.
I have to. I'm filling out everything later on till the next session, but I just make some notes in the character sheet.
Oh yeah, just make sure it's done before next Saturday, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, sure. Okay, the second one.
Yes. You could take mobile and be ridiculously fast.
I thought mobile sounds interesting, or something like Sentinel.
Sentinel's always a good one. I will say Sentinel, while it's still good, I have rules in my game, which I feel it's safe to tell you. Certain monsters will be immune to certain effects like Sentinel. Not everything. Like, it'll work amazingly on little fodder enemies. But some enemies, it always never made sense to me that a person, like, okay, I'm a 5-foot person who has Sentinel, I'm going to hit this, like, 50-foot monster in the leg and it can't move anymore. So, certain monsters will be able to resist or ignore abilities like Sentinel. But they have still got use. Because I had someone who had the, what was it? It was the Polearm Master Sentinel build, which is the thing.
Yeah, Polearm is the only weapon that goes for 10 feet on attacks, right?
Yeah, it has reach, which is the main thing. But Polearm Master is the feat which basically means if someone enters your attack range, you get to attack them with an opportunity, and Sentinel allows you to stop them on attacks of opportunity. So it was a nasty combo. My games are designed to break a lot of the very powerful combos, essentially. It balances them out a little bit, but it's still a good skill.
Mobile speed. Mobile is always nice to have.
Yeah, more speed is always good. How fast is your character? You're all 5 monk, right? 5 monk with mobile, so you are... How fast? You have plus 20 feet of movement, so you can move 50 feet with a normal move. Nice. You're almost as fast as Jay.
Who?
The giant pigman.
Is that an insult?
No, he's ridiculously fast.
Okay.
He got his upgrade basically. He got resurrected as giant boar, so he got the movement speed of the species of giant boar, and he's rolled to see what he gained and lost from the racial change that turned him to the pig man. He rolled a nat 20, which means he got all of the upgrades and none of the downsides. So he got to keep that movement speed up, essentially.
Okay.
So you're very fast, and so is he, which means there's another person that can actually almost keep up with him. Which is nice. Because he's about as dexterous as you expect a 15-foot giant pigman to be. So...
Okay. That should be it for the
feats.
Yeah, for the basics, right?
Yeah, I think that is your feats done. What else does mobile give you? That's the point. Mobile, it gives you the 10 feet of movement. Dash action. Oh, it doesn't cost extra difficult terrain. Doesn't impair you. That's nice. Melee attack gets a creature up for 2 attacks. Oh, yeah, that's really good. That's a really nice feat. Particularly for a monk, because you can run up walls and things. Well, not yet, I don't think, but you eventually can. So yeah, that is the feats done. We'll do your health now, just to get it out of the way, because you've not taken any feats that increase your con. So, it is 8 the whole way, plus 2 per level, so you're at 50 health. 60 health? Yeah, 60 health.
I'm starting with 10, right?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm starting with 8.
It's 8 plus constitution.
Okay, yeah, 8 plus 2 is 10. Yeah, then it's 60.
Yeah. You got 60 health to play around with.
That sounds so much.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot. And to be honest, you've got the same health as Linus, which is Cav's character. Like, you two are kind of the middleweights in the party, and it has mattered.
I mean, yeah, my armor class is just defined by my dexterity, right?
No, you also get your wisdom because you're a monk. So it's 60.
Ah, right. So it's like armor class plus a wisdom modifier?
Yes, you're for monks, they count their unarmored defense as your armor class plus your dexterity modifier plus your wisdom modifier plus your base of 10. So you've got 16, which is pretty good. That's as much as a person in chainmail. Bear in mind, it will edit itself anytime you change your dex for whatever reason, because Roll20 likes to be a pain in the ass like that. So...
Good to know.
Yeah, I've had to catch it for people before, so... Yeah, 16 isn't bad as a starting one. You might get a magic item starting out which buffs your armor, because it's a common one as well, which adds on top of that.
Okay.
Okay.
What's next on the list?
Okay, we've done your proficiencies, we've got your background. It was inheritor, right? So I'll just type that in. We've got that done. We can deal with that later. We've got your 2 feats down. You can put in your monk stuff, whatever, because I don't think any of the other things. Oh yeah, we can do your languages now. Let's do your languages.
Yeah, that's kind of up to what languages from like normal 5e are implemented in your game.
Yeah, the 5e languages are mostly tooled for different languages. Like, if you want to talk... most species speak Common, is the thing. Most species understand Common, so Common works. A lot of languages are kind of mix-mashed, like... if you can speak to pretty much anyone in Neria, the Northern Kingdom, if you have Sylvan, Giant, or Draconic. Because it's kind of a mix of those three languages is the language that is commonly spoken in Neria. So, it's like you get the gist of what they're saying, essentially, enough to communicate.
Okay, makes sense.
The only language that pretty much doesn't work is Celestial. No one speaks Celestial in Geddon for obvious reasons.
Yeah. What races are my fellow party members?
Okay, the other party members, there is one elf, one savannah, which are cat people, which I don't remember what language he even took. Give me a moment, I'll just check Zariel's character sheet. Quickly, Zariel has Sylvan. Oh yeah, I know why she has Sylvan, because she read up on the Fae. So she has that. Linus is another Edru human like yourself. You come from the same country. He only has common. Yeah, Linus appears to only have common. Smith, I believe, might have giant. He's from Drawdor, which is he's another human like you. But yeah, he speaks Draconic and Giant, which are not too uncommon in Drawdor because they're right next to Neria. So.
Okay, so for more variety, I'm picking Tiefling.
I want to pick Demonic. Demon is a language.
Yeah, that's the one that Tieflings and demons talk.
Yeah, demons specifically would be Abyssal, and Abyssal is the equivalent, essentially, for this, which is what the demons speak. Infernal is from a different country, but Abyssal would definitely work.
Yeah, I'm going for Abyssal then.
Yeah. Abyssal's always
for
fun.
That bit of variety.
Yeah. Actually, it will be really convenient because of where you are at the moment. You guys are in the country that demons live, so... Oh yeah, the tieflings in this world are actually, like, a full-blown demon, by the way. They're not, like, half demon, half human. Tieflings in this world are the lowest tier of demon, essentially. They are massively buffed over normal tieflings as well, but... they are called very minor demons, or demonoids.
Okay.
Okay, so chuck that into your languages. You can chuck in your weapon and armor proficiencies whenever, because I think hilariously you actually get light. Oh no, you don't get light armor because Rogue doesn't give you light armor, does it? It gives you other proficiencies. It gives you weapon proficiencies. You've got that. So that is mostly done. Thankfully, you are the player that doesn't need spells, so you're making my life a lot easier.
I mean, I have the equivalent with the key points. Is that a thing at level 5 already?
Key points for you, because you're a Kensei. You don't get any of the crazy powers. You get, like, much more martial things, but... yeah, like, you can... If you get one more level, you can do a few of the weirder stuff.
Nice.
Because then you get Path of the Kensei and one with the... You get one with a blade, which is the big one. Yeah, you get... It always counts as a magic weapon, which doesn't really matter in Geddon because every weapon's magical anyway, but... you get to spend key points to do more damage with your weapons, which is always fun. And you get the standard monk stuff. Can you run at walls yet, actually? Let's check. Not yet. You can't run at walls yet. You need to be level 9 monk before you can run at walls.
Sorry, I think about I get a second language due to the Prodigy feat.
Oh, yes, you do. So you've got Common, Abyssal, in Edru. What languages are there in 5e standard? Which ones would be appropriate? It would honestly depend on where you come from, I guess. Oh, because you're in Edru, Edru is the country which is right next to the Warring Kingdom. The Warring Kingdom is where the dwarves and the elves come from. It's also where the elementals live. So you could take primordial, dwarven, or elvish, and that would be very thematic.
Then I'm going for elvish.
Elvish. Cool.
Always good.
Yeah. You can. Oh yeah. Also, you get Thieves' Cant for being a rogue as well. Just automatically. Sorry? You get Thieves' Cant the language as well for being a rogue. You just get it.
Nice. Okay. I have to add that in. Okay, and due to Prodigy, I get another tool proficiency.
You Jesus.
Yeah, Prodigy is insane. Xanathar's Guide.
It's good. It's a good one. It's got jack of all trades stuff, so I'm cool. It's not too broken. It's awesome. So you get to pick.
You said something about the navigator tools being the closest for tracking tools, so I'm just picking them.
Yeah, because you get a tool proficiency with it, don't you? So yeah, navigator's tools would work. I'll see the exact wording on navigator's tools because I know it's mostly for ships, but you can probably do some other stuff with it as well. Oh yeah, you get yeah, you know how to use a sextant, a compass, calipers, a ruler, parchment, ink, and a quill. You can do survival checks with it to to figure out like the location of settlements and things. It helps you with that. You can
so basically, I'm just really good at reading maps.
You're really, really good at reading maps, yeah, essentially.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Geddon is about 50 times the size of Earth, so be handy.
Could come in handy at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we have the feats, we have the proficiencies, we have the skills.
Yeah, have we... did you pick your two for... what's it called? Prodigy.
Expertise?
No, I know you picked those. Did you pick your Prodigy feats? Your Prodigy skills? I think you get skills as well, don't you?
I get one skill.
Yeah, one extra skill. Okay.
I'm going with perception.
Very good choice. I personally think perception is the single best proficiency in the entire game. So.
Yeah, perception, investigation, those two like to go hand in hand, I think.
Yeah. My one has always been I like perception the most, and then I like athletics. Because athletics is the don't get killed while running away one.
I mean, I figured from my previous campaigns that depending on how you roleplay, you can often intertwine athletics and acrobatics, depending on how you tackle the same situation.
Yeah. It's my characters tend to use brute force, which usually ends up being athletics. I love acrobatics as well. That's another one, although I recommend getting up there, so it's a good one. Okay, so that is those. Now I think we get to talk about the fun thing. Let's talk about your natural magic. So this is the unique mechanic from Geddon, essentially. This is their... everyone in Geddon has this to some degree. As an adventurer, you're a bit more adept at using it than your average Joe.
Okay.
So, the abilities... I'll give you the example by telling you the abilities of the party. Just so you can get a gauge.
Okay.
Linus's natural magic is it's a life type natural magic, which means that it is to do with the physical body, essentially would be the best description for it. His character can turn invisible. He camouflages his actual body and his gear, or potentially people who are touching him, if he wants to as well. He can basically alter them to be actively invisible by camouflage, so it ignores things like true sight. Zariel has essentially a Pokemon that can shapeshift, that so far obliterates most things it comes into contact with. It's a very powerful damage dealing tool. Smith has the ability to command small rocks to do his bidding. So, like, small rocks about the size of a fist, he can, like, make them into weaponry, armor plating for him. He can make walls. And the Shadow Elf can basically create physical constructs out of solid shadow. So he can make spears, walls. He's made the wheel of a cart before when his cart got damaged and things like that. So that is kind of it. They allow massive versatility in how they are used. And they can be borderline anything, and I can probably fluff it up in some way.
Yeah, I think since I'm going for the Naruto approach, in Naruto, the ninjutsu working like magic spells, essentially, and each clan has their own forte.
Yeah.
Which they are really, really proficient at. I'm thinking about some type of being able to, in a small amount, control fire. Like as a firebender in that kind of regard, so I can.
You actually picked the interesting one out. I was going, he won't pick fire, it'll be fine. I actually have to tell you something about fire. Pyromancy, the natural magic pyromancy,
Okay.
is considered the strongest type of natural magic in Geddon. It is also incredibly rare. Certain races get a slight boost to get it. Unfortunately, pyromancy is the only magic that you can't just pick. You have to randomly roll and maybe get it. Lightning isn't, I will say, but fire specifically is, unfortunately.
What happens if I fail the roll?
Then you just pick another one. You can pick another one, essentially.
Okay, so when I fail the fire one, I can pick the lightning one.
Yeah, you can just pick natural magic lightning, essentially, which we can define how your lightning exactly works. But yeah, literally, it is the random roll is roll a d100. If you get a 1, you get it. It's very rare.
Yeah, you just mentioned rare. I mean, that's nearly impossible. Okay, why not? Slash roll
1d100. Come on. If you get a 1 or 100, I'll allow it because I'm nice. Oh, if it equals, it's slash. It's slash.
Mr. Slash.
Yeah. Yep. You got fucking close, dude.
Happened. Okay, so I'm going for the lightning one, it seems.
You get electromancy. Electromancy counts as life magic. How exactly do you want to do it? Do you want to be able to project lightning? Do you want to be able to allow lightning around your body? Would you like your lightning to be inside your body and increase your reaction times? Any way you can think of to use lightning?
The answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, it's how to define it, essentially. Lightning magic is another very good one. It's one of the more powerful ones as well, so I'm happy someone's picked it. I love lightning magic. It's one of my favorites.
I'm thinking about 2 ways. Can I use lightning to enhance the strength of my attacks, essentially?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
You could, if you want, you could be able to channel it through offensive means, essentially. So you could make it like kind of Silver Samurai, so you can make like electric sword, or you can put lightning around your fists and punch people, that kind of stuff.
Yep, that's what I had in mind.
Yep. So yeah, the defining point of it is basically you can conduct lightning around the outside of your body and things you're in contact with, essentially.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And you said something about, am I also able to use it to sharpen my reflexes or my...
That would be a specific one. There's one character in Geddon that has an ability kind of like that. It's called, I think its name's Fulgur. It's a very powerful lightning magic. Fulmination is his one. He basically is able to increase the electro sensitivity around his body in total, including his insides. So he can speed up his brain and his reaction times. So he can think better than anyone else. He can react quicker than everyone else. So he's very, very intelligent because of that. And that's how that kind of magic works. Your one specifically would be, it's on the outside of your body.
Fair enough.
So it's very close range, but it can be very powerful, and you can use it in any kind of way that you think you can use lightning that you can come into contact with. That's the main thing for yours. You have to be in contact for the lightning to work. You can't project it.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah. Put lightning. You can come up with a name for it if you like. It is unique to you. Nobody else in the entirety of Geddon will have this exact same power. Even if it'll be similar, it is completely unique.
Kieran. The name for it, Kieran.
Kieran, I call that, yep. You can chuck that into your features and traits. Put it as natural magic, life, Kieran, lightning, essentially.
Give me a second. Character sheet, so...
Yeah, I'll actually write this one down just so I get a... The natural magics I have to write down so I can know exactly how they work. So I can properly GM them.
Natural, lightning, and then the name, right?
Yeah, life. It's life specifically.
Natural.
Yeah, it is Kieran, life magic, lightning is essentially what is required.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I need the life
from my background.
Source it could be other essentially, or it could it'll be other. Other is the best one.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll basically put it down in my quick notes as melee lightning.
Makes sense.
Yep, it is a cool one. Also hilarious, you can make like static and stick to walls easier, which is kind of funny.
I can do what?
You can basically like create yourself amounts of static around your body and stick to walls and things, which would be pretty funny.
That fits the ninja archetype.
Yeah. You're a lightning ninja. Yeah, that is one of the main ones. Yeah, I need to know specifically life because your natural magics, including like electromancy, because this is under the electromancy section, affects how certain magic items interact with you.
Oh, okay.
Like Zariel has a cutlass that, because she has a proficiency, she also has life magic. She regenerates from injuries. She heals passively because she has life magic because of her weapon.
Very useful.
Yeah, it's 1 hit point per round, but it basically means she's always at full health at the start of combat.
That's super useful.
Yeah. It doesn't work when she's downed. That's the only downside of it. But
so she has to be conscious.
Yeah, it has to be conscious. It's
okay.
But yeah, so we can do... That is most of that done. Now we can just do your magic items. What kind of weapon do you want? Just so I can get some ideas, at least.
Since I've picked Kensei, my main focus should be like a sword type, right?
Yeah, you can have a long sword as a Kensei, and it's very thematic.
Yeah, I would go with the Ninjato, which is basically just a fancy name for a short sword.
Okay, Ninjato. Short sword, I'm cool with that. Actually, yeah, because it's got finesse as well, so it actually works with sneak attack, because longsword doesn't. Yep. I keep forgetting. Yep, so you've got a short sword. It can be styled as a Ninjato, because they do actually exist in this world, not necessarily on this continent. But because you're from Edru, you'd probably have had chance to just research them, or maybe you found an instructor who knew how to make them and things like that.
Okay. The short swords is 1d6?
They are 1d6 piercing, yes.
Okay.
I will say, we'll give you as the default one. We'll give you a default one for now. It is a +1, so it has magic bonus 1.
Okay, for both attack and damage.
Yeah, if you see the magic bonus, it automatically counts it. If you press it in magic bonus. Which is rather nice. I'll probably end up giving you a better one, but I need a bit of time to think on it. So. Oh, you forgot to put in the damage type. Oh, I know what you've done. Yeah, if you see what I'm doing now, the magic bonus is here. You do that, it automatically does it.
Ah, okay.
It's a nice thing about Roll20. I've used it a lot. So, but yeah, we'll start with that one. I'll give you basically, to even out, I'll give you 3 magic items that you can do. Proper magic items. These ones are just default. Oh yeah, I'll also give you a magic set of ninja tools, a gaming set, and navigator's supplies.
Well, thank you.
Basically, so they're all +1, essentially.
So I just go by mods and then +1.
Yeah.
And then attribute should be dexterity.
Yeah, that one's almost always going to be dex.
Sorry?
Oh. Oh, you're pressing it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
That's the one, but I haven't used Roll20 in such a long time.
Yeah, it's get you. Yeah, gaming set's most likely to be wisdom more than dex for that one. Navigators is probably also going to be wisdom. Jesus, nat 20. Oh, you're automatically rolling at advantage for some reason as well.
Yeah, that's my preset.
Ah, you've got it set to that. Fair enough.
Yeah, I have to copy from another game of mine all the macros I have,
Yeah, fair.
so I can short-click them and don't have to go into the character sheet all the time.
That's fair. Yeah, my one, I always have it like set to queries if I do it. To like query whisper, query advantage, etc. That's how I prefer it.
Okay, so 3 magic items. Are you going with like the standard magic items then you find on the list online, or can I make something up on the fly?
We can make something up on the fly, basically. I
Okay,
have to
nice.
okay it.
I'd like to have something like a set of short range throwing weapons, like kunai or ninja throwing stars.
I'm cool with
But
getting kunai. Okay.
yeah, but with the twist that they return to the holster once combat is over.
When combat is over. Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's not too overpowered that I have unlimited ammo, but I don't like to run around and collect everything.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, Cav actually has a quite powerful dagger which actually returns to his hand, but he got that. It's a special dagger. So yeah, I'll let it. Those will be +1s, I'd say. I'd say you have a set of 10. Yep, there'll be 10 +1 throwing kunai. Do I have a separate block for kunai? Actually, I might, because they're slightly different from a normal dagger.
Yeah, but they're not vastly different.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like a thrown dagger.
There's a few
I mean,
weapons I've had time and just like made a separate stat block, but a kunai is just standard dagger.
it's 1 life 4, right?
Oh, actually, no, I do have them. They've got slightly longer range in my game.
Oh, nice.
Basically, the range is increased by 10 feet in both categories for your throwing for kunai. 1d4 piercing. They are magic. Put into description. Return to holster at end of combat. You have 10. I'd say that's fine. That is 1. That will. They do not require attunement, so that is fine. Yeah, what is the dagger's standard throwing range? Actually, I'll just check.
25 meters? 25 and 50?
I think it is, yeah. 2060. Yours is 3070, essentially, for the kunai.
Okay, so range 30, 60, or 35 and 70.
It's 3070. It's 10 feet increase on both. The standard dagger is 2060. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a bit. Basically, I basically put in they're a bit better at being thrown than the standard dagger because they're designed like that.
Makes sense. Okay, that would be the offensive one. Then I'd like to have like a ninja hood, something like that, which is like not really armor, more like cloth. But let me get a bit more defense. Like a 16 in armor class is okay, but it's not really good.
It's not good. Yeah, it's in Geddon particularly. It's fairly low. So yeah, I can allow you a hood. How about a hood would basically take? I'll give this one as an attunement item. Remember, you can have an attunement items for every piece of equipment that you have, essentially, as long as it's like 1 per slot. So your head one, let's see. You want it to be cloth based. What cloths do I have in Geddon? Is there anything cool which I can allow that? Let me roll some dice and let's see what I want it to be made of. You're mouthing the mark a bit, dude. 1d8. What do we want it made of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, I'll say it is a green hood. Made of... I actually don't have a name for this material, but I know what it works with. Basically, it's an order magic hood. So it would be green, like a kind of dark foresty green.
Dark green hood.
Yeah, what this will do, it'll essentially give you the magic resistance ability. So you get advantage on saving throws against magic. Spells and magical effects of... Let's go with tier 1, which is like normal equipment, essentially.
Sorry, resistance against?
It gives you advantage on saving throws against spells.
Oh, okay.
Basically. And what it'll also do, it'll increase your armor class by 2.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. In addition... yeah. You can... Oh, do I want to give it that? Or do I give it that? Oh, yeah. People have to roll to recognize you at disadvantage. If you do not want to be recognized.
Okay, recognize disadvantage other.
Yeah. If you do not want to be recognized, they have to roll at disadvantage to recognize you. Neat little item.
Very nice.
Nothing too powerful, but you get magic resistance, a couple of armor points, and some nice little buff, so cool.
Yeah, I'm totally happy with that. And since I don't have any ways to see well in the dark, I'd like to have some form of gimmick, of like tool or something, like either glasses that let me see better at night or at dark, or like some light source that is controllable by me, like a small light that floats around me if I want to.
Okay,
Something like that.
You could technically do that with your lightning. You could just have it pulse around your hand to give you a light.
Okay, fair enough.
If
Then
you want,
I don't need that as in utility.
It would
Okay,
make a bit of a noise is the only thing, so that's be the only thing you have to worry about, but...
So yeah, it's flickered. It's like when like a phosphor light, the neon lights, they have those vibration sound, I guess.
Yeah, like the noise. It basically be that, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that, but it's more like not having, when it's dark and I want to see something, not having to hold a torch or something like that.
Yeah, you get hands-free light because of your natural magic. One of the reasons lightning's awesome. Yeah, what be your...
Then I'd like to have a metal rope.
A metal rope? Okay.
As a magical item, something that lets me use with my grappling hook to attach to my grappling hook that is like higher resistance than normal rope. It's not as easily cut, and has a way for me to actually lets me use my lightning on a bit longer range, if I'd like to.
I get you. Ooh, I've got a fun one actually for this. Okay, so I've already got the idea for this one. Okay, so this is going to be, because you just gave me a great idea for that one. Where is it? Where's my list of metals? I'm giving you a very powerful item here. Okay, you are going to be getting an oblerite grappling hook. Oblarite. It is bright gold. It is more gold than gold, essentially.
Oblite?
Oblarite. Okay.
Obelite. Okay, got it.
Yeah. What this grappling hook basically allows you to do, anytime you want to be using your grappling hook, you get a +3 to it.
Ooh.
To do anything with your grappling hook. It is pretty close to indestructible. It's not actually indestructible, but it's ridiculously hard to deal with. It conducts electricity fantastically well. In addition, what this allows you to do, basically, you can throw this, like to get into a bit of a wall, and it will detonate and like immediately impact in on the wall and will latch essentially. So you can latch it onto pretty much any surface. But there will be a noise associated with it. Because Obliterate just destroys things near it.
I just type explosion grapple.
Explosion grappling hook, yeah. Also, you can basically reel yourself into it.
I can what?
You can basically, like, as an action, I will go, you can basically reel the rope in. So it just
so like a what's it called? That a twister that lets me use it to traverse longer distances than normally. Okay.
You kind of think like a grapple gun, but magic item.
Oh.
It'll only let you do it.
Batman.
Yeah, kind of. You have to throw it to get it particularly far, but and I'll say it is 70 feet long, which is a bit longer than your standard rope. Can't really be used as much of a weapon. It's just too unwieldy. But I mean, if you accidentally hit someone with it, it's gonna do some damage. But
I mean, it's got an explosion grapple, and I can use it as a conductor for my lightning. So
yeah, it is wild magic. Now, wild in Geddon is actually one of the main magic types. It is WYLD, spelt wild. With an E on the end, apparently. I've put it in 2 different ways, but yeah, it is the gold metal.
okay.
Yep, and that is your 3 items. Which are very cool. Okay, so that is that mostly done. Now we can have a bit of a chat about your... I can give you some things about Edru in general if you'd like. Like the country you're in, if you'd like a bit of background, so you have a bit of context.
Since I haven't caught up on the previous episodes in total, I'd like... where is the party at the moment?
They are in Netris, which is actually what I was going to do today, but if you need more time to finish off your character, we'll not really have time for the session 0 bit. But basically, I can give you a rundown of what happened in your session 0, if you'd like.
Not necessarily. Just like to know, where are they at this point?
Okay.
Like, where did they leave off?
The party are currently were kidnapped by a giant demon and are in a dungeon in Netris, and are escaping and running rampant through the complex.
Perfect. My background is I have amnesia. I'm in that dungeon. I don't know why or what or how.
Cool. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You got bonked on the head. Yeah, more or less the background was for the Assassin's Zero was you got bonked on the head real hard by someone, and they kidnapped you, put you in there. You have I'll give you this bit so I don't have to explain this in character. You have a big ass brand on your shoulder. You're not sure how it got there.
Okay.
It has 8 points of light in basically... Have you seen the Warhammer 40k Chaos Star?
I know about Warhammer 40k. I'm not familiar in detail.
Okay, I'll see if I can find a picture of the Chaos Star just to have an idea. Just so you have like a point of context of what kind of it looks like. Yeah, that's a decent description. Not quite as spikily detailed as this, but basically it's got the 8 points similar to that, but they're all the same length.
Okay, I got this as a brand on my shoulder, left or right?
It will be on your right shoulder. It's not quite the same as that, as I said, although they're the same length and there's not as many spikes, but what it has at the top, at the northernmost point, it has a red light. The whole thing's glowing like white, by the way. Like kind of like a weird coruscating rainbow colours, I suppose. Actually better than white, but...
Okay. Right shoulder mark glows white.
Yeah, the main...
And one red light.
Yeah, there's a red light at the top. The one to basically... Imagine the red light is at north.
Mm-hmm.
Northeast is a blue light. Straight east is kind of a purpley indigo-y coloured light. Southeast is a white light. South is weirdly enough, it's glowing black light.
So it's like a white outline with a dark interior.
No, it's literally like, it's hard to explain because this doesn't really happen in real life. Imagine a light which is pure black, but it's actually casting light. It's hard to explain.
Physically impossible because darkness is the absence of light.
Yeah.
Like is the absence of white.
Yeah, that's
okay. Sure.
It's hard to explain. That's why, but that is literally what it's doing. It's your character thinks it's weird.
Glow. Sure.
Yeah. Your character also thinks it's weird if you're looking at it. Southwest is a greyish silver light. West is a green light. And northwest is a gold light. Since you have amnesia, you don't really know what they mean.
I've just written that on as character appearance. That I have this on my shoulder.
Yep. And you basically got where you are. You woke up in the dungeon. You escaped and have just been kind of wandering around, essentially. Let's go with that.
That works for me. Okay, so my role quest should be something like I want to figure out what happened. How did I end up there? And what is my past, essentially?
Yeah. Also, I will require this, but this is not as important because I basically go, roleplay your character however you like. I'm not going to force you to do it. You need to pick your alignment. This is literally just because certain effects affect alignment. The only reason. So you can play a character who is technically chaotic evil, who is the nicest guy ever, and he's actually very nice. Just pick whatever you like.
Neutral.
Just purely neutral? Cool.
Purely neutral.
Yeah. It's just there's certain items and things which do say, this affects characters in this way, if they are this alignment, and etc. It's just a bit of bookkeeping, essentially.
Okay. So for my age, I'm going with like 30.
Yeah, Edru humans have nothing crazy special about their lifespan. They tend to live a little bit longer. That's just like conditions more than anything else.
Yeah, size. Okay, size is not height.
Size is medium.
Size is medium.
Yeah, you're medium unless something says otherwise. Like if you're a troll, you'd be size large, etc. So.
Okay, my height is 5'10".
It's my height. It's my height.
Yeah, mine also.
Yeah.
My weight is about 175 pounds.
Okay.
My eyes are... let's go with brown. Skin is fair. And my hair is silverish.
Oh, nice.
Like black silverish.
Yeah, I get you.
On the verge of graying out.
Yeah. Not quite. It's not quite witchery, but...
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that is more or less it. Yeah, there's your alignment. I can do the bookkeeping for your sub-race of Edru. You have a shit ton of skills, just like Linus.
Personality traits? Forgetful?
That'd be a good one. Yeah, put in whatever you like. They might come up, they might not, essentially. You can, basically, those are just for roleplay purposes. They're not going to directly... I'm not going to force you to do anything because of things like this. So...
Yeah, but it's like...
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I get you.
Fits the amnesia and the bump on the head.
Yeah.
Okay, do I need to put any other feats? I feel my feats seem fairly low for level 6 from my monk.
You've just put in your actual feats. Your class abilities are... you need to put in.
Okay, so by class abilities, I put then in attacks and spellcasting, essentially?
No, those are in features and traits. Unless they are... Your attacks and spellcasting is your sword and your punches. You actually need your unarmed attacks for a monk, because you'll be using them.
Yeah, sure.
The additional... where it says features and traits, you need to put in, like, your unarmored defense, your unarmored movement... The reason you've got proficient expertise in so many things for rogue and that kind of stuff. Your sneak attack.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that till next session. Can you help me out real quick? Unarmed attacks, how do they work in D&D 5e?
Okay, they are basically a weapon attack. You always have proficiency with them.
Okay.
They are melee. They use... normally, they would be 1 plus strength plus... any other bonuses. Because you're a monk, you can use Dex, and it is a martial arts die, which it will specifically say. For level 5... your damage dice for your unarmed attacks, I think it's a d6, but I'm not 100%. Yep, it's d6. You just got the d6.
Okay. Plus Dex then.
Yeah, 1d6 plus dexterity.
And it's blunt damage, I guess?
Yeah, it's bludgeoning unless you have something which would change it. Like, if you're a Savannah, like Zara, your unarmed attacks can be slashing if you want.
I would need tools for that as a normal human. I'm not a cat boy or something. But for me, just to clarify, when I'm using my Kieran, my natural magic, or an unarmed attack, how will that work out?
Okay, basically how the natural magic works, you have a pool of points to spend, which is, you can put in class resources if you like, with your key points and things like that. On a separate one, obviously, for key. You have your level plus your proficiency. It's in core still. Your character actually doesn't need the spell page at all. It's convenient. The first page, if you see it, I'll point it out with you. You see class resources, it says underneath floors.
Yeah, on the second page, right? Yeah.
Yeah, on the page you're currently on, the first one. Basically, in one of your class resources, put your natural magic, and you have 9 currently. Because it's your total level plus your proficiency.
Okay.
These recharge at the start of your round. They can be used for, as long as you've got points left, you can use that many points for things. So essentially, when you're if you want to do a really big punch in power with all 9 of your natural magic lightning, essentially, you will punch the hell out of them, and you will do, depending on how you want to directly do it, you can potentially tase them to stun them, in which case I can basically roll a bunch of dice. I'll tell you, roll this many dice and this happens. If you want to use it as a reaction, as kind of you want to electrify the majority of your body to mean that people don't want to attack you. You can put a number of points in that to make it look scary, which can mean you can do an intimidate, and it'll be depending on how many points you put in. You'll get a bonus. If you want to make your attack very accurate, I'll allow you to basically use your magic to do that. It's that kind of stuff. Basically, you say you're using your natural magic in this way, and I'll tell you what to roll.
Okay, that works for me. The thing is,
yes?
No, that should work out. I just had a thought that figured out itself.
Yeah. Obviously, because you've got lightning, all of your natural magic damage counts as lightning. Unsurprisingly. You might be able to set things on fire with it, though, which would mean another way of doing damage. But mostly, it's just going to be lightning damage. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries.
Anything else we have to go through?
No, I think that's actually the majority of it done. You've picked a nice character, which was conveniently easy to actually build. Unlike a few others I would care to name.
Yeah, since I heard we have 2 spellcasters and 1 hybrid summoner type, we have a rogue already and
a cleric.
So it was fairly easy to go frontline melee. I never played monk, so why not?
I'm a big fan of monk, so I'm glad you're playing it. I personally love monk; it's one of my favorite classes. So I
have no good or bad things heard about it? I know it's fairly unrepresented in D&D because it feels like out of place a lot of times.
Yeah, it's one that you need to roll well on your stats to make it pretty good. That's one of the main downsides, I think, for it. If you're doing like point buy, which I know a lot of people are a fan of, it's kind of a pain in the ass to play monk with point buy, and it's kind of a pain in the ass if you get bad rolls to build your character, because you need a few stats to be good. Because you're a melee guy, so you need constitution good, you need your dexterity for your armor and your attacks, you need your wisdom for your armor and your abilities, so you need 3 stats to be good. Most classes require 2. Or 1, in some cases. So, it's a niche one, but if you know how to use it, and if you're in the right campaign, it's utterly fantastic.
Okay. I'll just look. I know I have to be a level 6 monk to get that. So with the next level at level 6 monk, I should gain 5 feet more movement, if it looks like it.
Yes, I believe so. Monk wants to stack with monk a lot. It's not the best multi-classer in the world, but it's not terrible. Yeah, you get magical unarmed attacks at your next level as monk. You get an extra key point, and you get the next bonus from your tradition, which is you can basically use your key points to up your damage on your basic attacks.
But when I look through it, I can spend 1 more ASI from the 4th level. Or did we include that already?
Yeah, that's what your mobile was. You picked up Prodigy.
So you're going ASI or feet. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's ASI or feet, essentially.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I will put in my monk stuff. Till next session, anything else I have to prepare?
No, you're pretty much good, honestly. You've got that until yeah, just make sure this is all done by before Saturday, essentially. Before next session, yeah. And you'll be good.
Sure. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so yeah, that was pretty much the character creation, and hilariously, the shortest session 0 ever. Congratulations, you are the one person to not almost die horribly.
I mean, with the amnesia feat, how I call it, it's very easy.
Yeah. You might have died, you don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yep.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week, everybody. So yeah, that, I guess, unless you've got any more questions.
Questions will come, but I'll message them in the meantime.
I will get to them as soon as I'm able to get to them, because I'm quite busy usually, so. Yep.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, thank you people for watching. This has been a bit of a Geddon character creation, which a few people actually did ask for. So, yeah, apparently people want to know how the hell I can make these characters act like they are, even though they're this low level. So, thanks, Seth, for joining. I hope you're looking forward to being a player in the game of the Evil GM.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So yes, I will see you guys on Monday. I've decided I'm not doing a Halloween stream because I'm so bloody tired. So yeah, go watch other people's streams on Halloween. It'll be a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of people doing some fun things. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic evening, every one of you. Keep playing the games, keep being awesome. You guys are the best ones on Twitch. See you on Monday. Good night.